Hello everyone, a very good morning to you all. It's very hot, and even though it rained so much yesterday, but still it's very hot, and we have light problems also. And same here, even my battery is very low when charging, so inverter, but even inverter shut down. So here, I'm like sometimes we face these consequences because it's monsoon season now, so we might face this problem. But still, then teaching learning process should not be affected anyway. So in our last class, we introduced about this competition of working capital, and I have discussed about the meaning type. Today we'll be discussing the factors affecting working capital. It's a very short, simple uh, unit, and we don't have much things to discuss here also. So let's see the factors affecting working capital. So the first one is a length of operating cycle. The amount of working capital directly depends upon the length of operating cycles, which means uh, operating cycle refers to the time period involved in the production. It starts right from acquisition of raw material and ends till payment is received for sale. The working capital is very important for the smooth flow of operating cycle. Now, if the length of the if the length of operating cycle is more, then obviously the amount required for working capital will be more. So if it is less, it will be less, just vice versa. Next, we have nature of business. Now, it depends upon like what is the type of business, sole proprietorship, partnership, or company. Now, based on the types of business, also the working capital is affected. Scale of operation. This is like the firms operating at large scale need to maintain more inventory debtor. So if your scale of operation is large, then you need to maintain more of inventories, and then we have debtors, etc. So obviously it will be more amount of working capital will be needed for that. Next we have business cycle fluctuations. Now there's a lot of fluctuation presently because of COVID-19. There are so many fluctuations in business. It's going in the depression, but there are still certain periods in normal life, normal situations where there is a boom period, off period, so production also fluctuates. So when it's boom, then you will be needing more of inventories, more of debtors. But when it is in depression, when the business is down or in recession, then you will not need as much as you need during boom period. Next, seasonal fluctuation. Now this is very common. Seasonal fluctuation. There is to be season of market also. Suppose this clothing industry, we can see here in Nagaland, taking the example of Nagaland, in the month of December or November, there is to be lots of rush into the clothes, or during October, Durga Puja and all this festival season. Now, people, they try to go for the family shoppings and all these things, so the demand of clothes really increases, and there's to be so many people rushing into the market. So the market is to be very high. Now this is an example of seasonal factors or seasonal fluctuation also, we can call it. There will be sometime uh, high, sometime low, depends upon the season also. Now in summer season, winter clothes nobody will take it, but in winter season, winter clothes are of great demand, like that. Seasonal fluctuation. Next is technology and production cycle. Now what is the technology involved and what is the production cycle, that will also matter your amount of working capital. So this is the first six. Let's see what more we have. Okay. The credit allowed, how much credit you give it to your borrowers, like the debtors. Then credit avail. Another factor related to credit policies, how much and how long the companies get credit from its suppliers. Many people, they supply goods to our organization, to our enterprise, but how long they supply, this also matters in terms of working capital. Operating efficiency. Now, a high degree of operating efficiency requires less amount of working capital as compared to firm having low degree of efficiency, which requires more working capital. Like that. Availability of raw materials. If raw materials are easily available and there is ready supply of many raw materials inputs, then firms can manage without the amount of working capital. But in case if the raw materials are not available easily, then it will require more. Okay, next, level of competition. If the market is competitive, then company will have to adopt liberal credit policy to supply goods on time. Higher inventories have to be maintained, so more working capital is required. Now, next one is inflation. I know what is inflation. The price goes up, income is less, but the price is going up. So, if there is an increase on or rise in price level, then the price of the materials and the cost of labor will rise. It will result in an increase in working capital requirement. But if company is able to increase the price of its own good as well as, then they will have less problem of working capital. The effect on price on working capital will be different from different businessmen. Now, here here like to conclude, I have say like some part like some part of these are can be avoided for working capital, but some like seasonal fluctuation, business fluctuation, all this is not possible to be avoided. We have to face it. Based on that, the working capital requirement is needed. So this is a very important part of this unit, factors affecting the requirement of working capital, and you need to really go through these entire things properly. So that's it from this unit, nothing more to discuss. I hope this will be a very fruitful one. Thank you for watching the video and stay safe, take care.